So how are you acting right now? Let me share some key things that are going to get you to the success and the achievement you want in your life. So first of all, you need to do some reflection. Who do you want to be and how do you want to show up in this world? That's a key thing. Now, it's not somebody that you're going to be a year from now or 5 years from now, right? You have an idea where you want to be, your future self. But more importantly, you have to start acting like that person today and every day. How does that person act in their lives? So if you want to be a CEO, how does that CEO start their morning? How do they run through their morning? What do they do when they get to the office? How do they interact with people? Those are the things you want to think about, right? We can be whoever we want, right? I'm Mark Danaher. This is how I am. But I know I want to keep moving. I want to improve myself. I always love learning. But I also don't want to be this Mark, for the rest of my life. I want to keep improving. And I've seen myself change over the course of years as I've set that standard, that achievement of where I want to go. And it doesn't mean that I have to achieve success, achieving who I want to be. And that's the most important part, is thinking about who do I want to show up as in this world and acting like that. I'm making sure that I'm doing more gratitude. I'm giving away more, right? And simple acts of kindness. Those are the things that I want key right now. I want to be present for my family. I want to be the role model for my kids. And so think, how do you want to act, or where do you want to be? It doesn't always come down to, well, I want to be a millionaire, so I got to act this way. But if you want to be a supervisor, you want to be a manager, you want to be CEO, you want to be the best dad or mom out there, well, then you got to start acting in those ways. You got to look at, how do those people act? How do you want to act? And set it up and be intentional. That's going to be the important part. Because if you're just kind of willy-nilly and going through things, it's not going to happen. But if you take the time to think about, who do I want to be? And it's really interesting. I was listening to the book, Your Future Self Now by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. And he talks about forecasting, who do you want to be 6 weeks, 6 months, a year from now, 5 years, 10 years. A lot of times we don't do that. And so that's an important part. And he went back into a case study about Mr. Beast, right? YouTuber who was sitting there in high school getting ready for a history test and recorded these videos. And he probably didn't even know that he was doing that, other than he kind of forecasted who he wanted to be. And we need to do the same thing. We need to forecast, who do we want to be, and then start acting that way. His mindset was already there, and he was getting and achieving that because he already put his mindset of what he wanted to accomplish and who he wanted to be. And the same thing that we need to do. We need to put our mindset into that factor of, who do we want to be, how do we want to act, and how do we want to show up in the world. And by doing that, you're going to then know how you're going to act and put things together right now. And also keep that into accountability of, if I'm not acting that way, what's holding me back? What fear is keeping me from becoming that person? So listen, have a great day. If you're struggling with that, reach out. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation. Take care, and we'll talk soon.